What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're covering all the good ISO spots in Marvel Contest of Champions right now. It's the 2024 Ultimate ISO Guide, and as we continue to level these 6 and 7 stars up to higher ranks, we are needing more ISO. The whole game as a economy is struggling with ISO at the moment. The rank 3 7 stars, the rank 2 7 stars, even the rank 1s cost a lot of ISO, and we just don't have enough. So I'm gonna go over my top spots. It probably won't permanently fix it, but we will probably have some more ISO, as you can see, stacked up in here to use on your champions. Now, as I've recently done a Paragon speedrun where I went from day 0 starting a new account to day 35 becoming Paragon, I now know some of the best ISO spots, and while it's all fresh in my mind, I thought I'd make this guide. If you want any other guides, a refreshed units guide, a refreshed gold guide, stuff like that, then let me know down below. And of course, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you like these type of videos, drop a like. Let's get into it. We're starting off with the most easy pickings one, which is the daily quests. And the thing that I like to do is, if I would have, let's say, some spare energy, I gotta hop off, I don't have the time anymore, I go into here, maybe think, oh, I have 45 energy, cool, let's drop a quick 40 in here, auto-complete this. This gives a tier 5 class selector ISO. I go back, claim the tier 5, pick the class that I'm probably leveling up a character towards, and then going back out, then hopping off the game. That's a quick way that I usually, on a daily basis when I can't play the game, just quickly get some ISO. You can repeat that process over and over and over, and it'll stack up over time. Now, the second one is one that I guess the most people have been using as of late. It's with the incursion artifacts. As the incursions reset, I'll show you, you can gain a lot of these incursion artifacts. If you go up to zone 25, well, I guess zone 20, you'll still gain them, and each 9,000, no, I think it's each 6,000, gives a 4-star incursions artifact. If we go over here, incursions, you can buy an endless amount. So yeah, 6,000 a pop, and you can gain a lot of these along the weeks. And if you get 4-star dupes, obviously that gives ISO, and this is a way that a lot of people have been spending their incursion artifacts, gaining ISO. So that's another great one. The completion of the dailies, I'll just cross them off as I cover them here because I have them listed, is awesome as well. Now, if you can hop on the game but you just can't play, maybe, well, for me, for example, if I'm creating programs or if I'm editing a video or stuff like that, I can't actively play, but I can have the game open on the side, right? For you guys, there's an option as well. I like to do a couple things. Either I go through the event quests as the new event quest drops each month. I just go through and autoplay the easy levels. Also for units is great, but also for just gaining a little bit of ISO, you might as well, because you're spending the energy, and you have the energy anyway, so you might as well, you know. Maybe you've already auto-completed a lot of the daily quests, and you can just spend some extra energy here. I know on a bigger account I can auto-complete up to uncollected, so that's a lot of energy that I can just auto-complete and throw at it. And then obviously Cavalier and Thronebreaker I cannot, but that's totally fine because I can just play through those on a live stream or at night in bed or whatever, you know. And actually those are another great one which I do want to cover. Let's cross this one off and the next one. If we go over to Cavalier, completing a chapter, if we go over here, and then quest, then completing will give a couple bricks, and then exploration will give another couple bricks. Each quest will do this, and each quest will give different classes, as you can tell. And they are actually a really great way of getting some ISO. And I think the same for Thronebreaker. But just doubled, yeah. So 8 and 16, which is great. It obviously helps, and there's a quick way of getting some of the ISO into your inventory. I think if you go over to like Conquer here, you'll still gain some, but it's just less. So that's why I say autocomplete, because you'll get some, it's just less. And obviously on the paths itself there'll be some ISO and stuff, but yeah, it's a great way of getting some quick ISO. Now, the other option, if you, let's say, have completed the event quest, if you've auto-completed the variants already for the units and the stuff in there, and you've absolutely blast it through the daily quests, or you don't want to do the daily quests, that may also be a thing. Then what I suggest, if you're really desperate, I would go into Storybook 1 and probably autocomplete some early Act 4, Act 5 content. If you have nothing else to do with that energy, you might as well throw it in here and might as well get some ISO. Act 4 gives a decent amount. Well, if you haven't 100% explored it, I'd suggest actually doing that, because yeah, it gives a decent bit. But if you go into like chapter 1, for example, let's go in here. I don't think I'm in a quest, so I can join this. Then these boxes will give you some. You'll probably, okay, not, yeah, have some on the paths, and it's just a quick way of getting to throw your energy at something, which is not something that you need to actively play, but you can auto play this. So that's another great way of getting them. If you're really desperate as well, actually, I'm not even gonna cover that, because it's probably not, well, I'll cover it, but it's probably not worth it, right? It's very cheap to get 5-star shards, so for 900 you can get a 5-star. Let's say if I do this, it's 4.5k. You'll probably get 5 dupes if you have a bigger account. It might be worth it if you're really short on ISO, but let's be honest, it probably isn't. Now, if you have a sigil, obviously you have other things to worry about as well. You can probably get, actually gotta still buy everything in here, so I might as well show you. I usually get these. I just don't have value for 5 stars anymore, so yeah. These I do not get, because 4 stars for the dupes are worth more to me than just the 1k 5-star shards. And then this one I think is very nice, because the 3-star dupe doesn't give nearly as much as a 4-star dupe, and then that will really help. Then I guess these premiums could always help if you have a sigil. Of course, if you're free to play, this will not pop up, but the sigil is definitely not a great way of getting ISO. It's just a small boost, I'd say. It's a small boost. The premium to convert into a 3-star. It's all nice, but it won't be a game changer. Now in here, if you have the 22-hour events, through the milestones, especially on the hero completion and the arena fights and stuff like that. Event quest completion might be a bit more difficult, but then maybe it's a great time to auto-complete some of the event quests and get the ISO that way. But yeah, you get the 4 or the 8 3k bricks in here, and then the other milestones are all other things, gold, revives, which is good, more units and potions, which is all very awesome, but we're talking about just purely ISO here. Then the first milestone is the one you want. Again, if you have the sigil, gives a little bit, but you can easily out farm this. It's what, 5 or 6 times the 10, so it's like 24 of those bricks, like 5 levels on a 7-star. It really ain't that insane, not game changing. It's not worth buying a sigil just for the ISO, definitely not. The units and stuff is nice, but yeah, again, we're covering ISO. A thing that people do is buy the glory offers, these ones, the tier 6 ones with the glory. If you have a lot of glory from AQ, you might as well do that, but personally I like to spend it either on the tier 6 or the tier 3A in here, or the tier 6A in here, because that's just what I focus on more, and I'll just get the ISO from other methods in the game, as event quest completion, auto completion of the daily quests, and 4-star crystals, incursion crystals, whatever. And then there's one final option, which is I think a little bit more difficult to do, but you can do it on repeats if you really want to grind for it, and that's the shooting stars quest. I think if you hop in here, I can show you. I think it's the 4-star box that gives a decent bit, and you can repeat it over and over and over. So I'm just gonna run through and show you guys what I get, just to confirm, and then I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so finish with the quest here. I think the 2 4-star boxes should give, yeah, 8 10k bricks, and if we press on replay, well, already 100% the quest. Their boxes are still here. We can pick them up again. I mean, I didn't mean to press on it, but we can pick them up again, go through, and it'll give another 8 10k bricks. The time it took me, obviously with a bigger roster than most people have, but I think it will take you about 10 minutes. So it's 80k ISO, worth of ISO, which is probably like, let's check this out. Let's do some math here. 80k ISO on a level up here is about 3 levels, I think. About 16 bricks. So 4, 4, 4, and 4 is about 3 levels every 10 minutes ish, not even 5 to 10 minutes. So it's about a full rank up an hour ish, kinda, if you're fast. A full rank 1 7-star completed with ISO. If you can run that over and over and over, the energy cost is 1, which is actually really solid. So that, in my opinion, is another decent way of getting it. It just requires a bit of more of a active playstyle, I guess. And yeah, besides all that, I think those are the best ways to go about it. Obviously, you'll gain some ISO from the regular crystals. You gain some shards, you know, the 6-star shards, the premium shards, the 4-star shards. You'll gain them through other ways like Alliance War and stuff like that as well. And obviously the Cavalier Winter Crystals, or the Cavalier Monthly Crystals, I guess, obviously give some ISO as well. But yeah, that's all through other means. And yeah, I think those are most of the ISO ways covered. If you have any other ones, well, I guess these ones, the Cavalier Objective ones, are also to be covered. It's the daily and weekly crystals here. They also sometimes drop some ISO. Let's see if we can... Yeah, there we go. So that's at 21k. It's not bad. If you can complete those, that's great. And if you can't complete it, just refresh the quest and it should give you another option. If I show you right here, in Incursions game mode, not gonna do that soon, so replace it, finishing blow, critical damage, that's fine. So you can gain those as well. But if you know any other methods or any great ways to get ISO, please let me know down below. If this helped, please let me know down below. And if you watched all the way through the end, drop a little Groot emoji or a little plant if you're not a member down in the comments so I know you made it to the end. So thank you very much for watching. Again, if you're new, subscribe, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.